Akwaba SI Ediban Nimdia News, always the best news in town. In same Brunana say Koso Ebio Ewo Ghana Amai Muhammad Catcher say for politics and governance there. Nimdia News are now there. We bring you all news and Ebio Sono Yedi AC Amai want also in Answer Brown and Musa to Miakabi. Yentian Simbia AC ni Humbabi Susua at the bottom and so Ebefa. Ghana had politics is about NPP, NDC, and all other political parties are a trenchia waha. And now what in some say, what now what in some say, now in some be essay. I'm a per se, Yabetie, a 9.4 second comedian who anum. Yabetie in some no about you are near the adventure and so about. Press all the comment. Everybody said a baby to me, Unia King and so dear man before that, no so no subscribe to your channel, no. Name the news, and some all other relevant news for politics from our Ghana. Yentin see me emergency, na press all the adventure and so ever to Jan. Yentimra, Yaba de Rubia near Masaka.
President that threatens the very foundation of our democracy. We are not surprised by recent pronouncements of some of the courts. And we are all in this country and we know what is happening. That certain judgments being given by the courts are very questionable judgments. And indeed, it goes to betray the suspicion and the point that we are making, that it is a well-orchestrated attempt by this government to have an overbearing effect on our judicial system. And it's a shame for our democracy. We call on our judges to stand firm. They should not allow political parties, particularly the government of the day, to dictate to them as to how to administer justice. Indeed, they swore an oath of office to protect and safeguard the fundamental human rights and to protect our constitution. And we call on them to stand by it, to abide by it, and to stand firm, and not allow political parties to determine their judgments. Ladies and gentlemen, as I indicated to you last week, Friday, the National Council held a meeting. One issue that came up was Akwatia by-elections. And I can assure you, the New Patriotic Party is ready and will fully take part in the by-elections. A committee was set up by National Council, which referred to as the Elections Committee of Akwatia, chaired by the regional chairman, the regional secretary as secretary. We have some revered members of parliament, Honorable Befi, New Dublin South. We have Honorable Abnas Osei being member, Honorable Kennedy Osei Nako being member, Honorable Kubia also being member, the former MCE at Akwatia also be a member, to look and see how best we can select a candidate for the Akwatia by-elections. And indeed, they reached out to potential people who have shown interest to contest the Akwatia on the ticket of the NPP. And through consensus, through deliberations and discussions, they agreed to settle on one person. And that is why there was no, or there isn't any parliamentary primaries at Akwatia. And we must commend the committee for a good job done. And the National Party will continue to provide all the needed assistance to the committee to make sure that the New Patriotic Party retain our seat in Akwatia constituency. Today, being 29th of July, in line with Article 13 of the New Patriotic Party's Constitution, I'm happy to announce to you that we have officially opened nominations for our party members who aspire to become presidential candidates of our party for the 2028 elections. However, there are some guidelines that I need to bring to your attention. First and foremost, the presidential primaries shall be held on Saturday, January 31, 2026. And as I've indicated, nomination is open today, July 29, 2025, and shall close on Thursday, August 28, 2025. An aspiring presidential candidate can procure the nomination forms after the payment of a non-refundable application fee of 100,000 Ghana cedis. So the application fees is 100,000 Ghana cedis, and it must be done through a banker's draft issued in favor of the New Patriotic Party, National Headquarters, Accra. Again, an aspiring presidential candidate shall pay a non-refundable filing fee of 500,000 Ghana cedis. And the payment must also be done through a banker's draft issued in favor of the New Patriotic Party, National Headquarters, Accra. To successfully file your nomination, an aspirant is required to pay a compulsory development fee that will be determined by the National Council. And the forms can procure from the General Secretary's office here at the party headquarters. Indeed, in accordance with Article 13(1)(11) of the Constitution of the NPP and the motion on transitional clause adopted at the National Annual Delegates Conference, Accra, on Saturday, July 19, the following delegates shall elect the party's presidential candidate. 1. All members of the National Council. 2. All voting members of National Executive Committee. 3. All voting members of regional executive committees. 4. All former regional executives. 5. All voting members of the constituency executive committees. 6. All former constituency executives. 7. All electoral area coordinators. 8. The 5 polling station executive officers in each polling station. Though there has been amendment to our polling station setup to increase it from 5 to 7. But because the current executive tenure office will elapse after February, therefore the new inclusion will take effect after February. So kindly take note. 9. All members of the National Council of Elders. 10. The 30 members of the National Council of Patrons. 11. All the party members of Parliament. 12. All the party former card-bearing members of Parliament. 13. All former party card-bearing parliamentary candidates. 15. Past national officers. 16. Free representative of each of the special organs of the party. 16. All external branch executive committee members. 17. All former external branch executive committee members. 18. Founding members who are signatories to the registration documents of the party at the Electoral Commission. So, friends from the media, this group will constitute the Electoral College to elect our presidential candidate for the 2028 elections come January 31, 2026. In order to ensure a smooth elections, National Council further constituted the Presidential Elections Committee to steer the affairs of the campaign, all issues bordering the elections towards the election of a presidential candidate. And the committee for the Presidential Elections Committee are as follows. We have Honorable Joseph Osei-Wusu, former Member of Parliament for Bekwai as chairman. We have Mr. Kwabena Abankwayebua as member, Mr. William Yamua as member secretary, Madam Rita Talata Asobare as member, Her Excellency Barbara Benisa as member. We have Honorable Isaac Yabuama as a member. We have Mr. Ampofu Eduse as member, Madam Ifwa Dechua as member, and Mr. Evans Nimakon as a member. So it's a 9-member Presidential Elections Committee. Again, National Council also constituted the vetting committee for the Presidential Elections Committee. For the chairman for the vetting committee, we have Dr. Kwame Adokufo, a revered and staunch member of our tradition, former Member of Parliament for Menchia, and also a member of our National Council of Elders. So Dr. Kwame Adokufo chairs the vetting committee. We have Mr. Stephen Abankwas Secretary as a member. We have Honorable Osei Bonsu Amwa, Honorable Obi Amwa, former Member of Parliament for Kiaprin South as a member. We have Madam Rita Talata Asobare as member, Lawyer Frank Davis as member, Honorable Kwesi Amwakwata as a member. We have Honorable Hakma Usu-Ajiman as member. We have Dr. Lord Oblite Kwame as member. We have Madam Elizabeth Ohene as a member, and Mr. Evans Nimakon as the member secretary for the vetting committee. Indeed, friends from the media, this is a piece of information that the New Patriotic Party is giving to the good people of Ghana and to our members in particular. Now, once again, we have officially opened nomination for all those who are aspiring to contest and to become our presidential candidates for the 2028 elections. Someone asked, so are they free to start going around to solicit for support and also to campaign to the rank and file of the party? Indeed, the decision of the party is that since we have an important by-elections coming up, which is Akwatia by-elections, we are all advised and also directed that our attention and focus is on the Akwatia by-elections. And aspiring candidates shall have the right to move around the country to campaign only after the Akwatia by-elections. Only after the Akwatia by-elections. And therefore, we are calling on everyone of this party, all those who are aspiring to contest, that their attention and focus and resources should be geared towards the New Patriotic Party, retaining our seat at Akwatia. And once we are done and we win the Akwatia by-elections and retain our seat, aspirants will have the liberty, the right, and the freedom to move around the country to solicit for support and to campaign to the delegates for the presidential primaries. So on this note, I thank you very much for attending to our call, and God bless us all. And then Monya Adadie Namaba NPP. Your headquarters.